You know, years ago in the 70s, what an awful decade it was. We're still suffering from it. There was a song by Manfred Mann called Blinded by the Light. The song really doesn't make any sense. It talks about being revved up like a noose, another runner in the night. Don't have any idea what it means. But I was thinking this weekend as the church celebrates the man born blind and his recovery of sight, I was thinking about the experience of how many people get blinded by our culture, the star, the brightness of the culture, the brightness of addictions. They're so attractive. The brightness of sensuality, the brightness of pornography. It seems like such an attractive thing to the eyes. And yet, it blinds us. You know, our culture is seducing us and leaving us blind and deaf and sort of numb. And so we don't really know how to see beauty. This weekend we've encountered a man born blind. That's me. All of us are born blind. We're born into sin. We're born the sons and daughters of Adam and Eve. Blame it on them. But because we're blind, that doesn't mean we need to stay blind. We have the antidote. We have the medicine. It's the mercy of God. It's the baptismal grace. You enter the water at baptism blind, and you come out able to see. You know, an interesting thought to think about. When a baby's baptized, they can see clearly. I can see clearly now. But after that, the rest of life is a battle of seeing. It's a battle of being able to see not just the exterior, but something much deeper. I don't know whether you've ever had the experience in your life of being blind by mortal sin. It's awful. It's terrible. Because it gives you this sense that you can see even though you can't see. It's almost like you're not really a person unless you've experienced the blindness of mortal sin. That's the attraction. It's the seduction. And yet when we are blind, how many people suffer around us? This weekend, the man is born blind, and the Lord smears clay on his eyes. He sees, makes a profession of faith. Every time you go to adoration, look up at the Eucharist and let your eyes have their scales fall from them. Every time you go to confession, let your eyes be open to the mercy of Christ. Every time you see something beautiful, acknowledge it as a moment of God. But be aware of those things that cause blindness, because those are the things that the culture is presenting to us. Immodesty, lack of charity. Those things, my brothers and sisters, are the things that revert us back to the blindness before we were baptized. So if I could say it kind of paradoxically, I hope you get blinded by the light of God's mercy, so that you can see clearly what God's plan is for you. And once you begin to see, you never want to go back to the darkness, the blindness, because it's incredibly isolating. So I encourage you this week to open your eyes and to see clearly the things of God in your life. And if you know somebody that's blind, send them the video. Send it to them and say, you know, I want you to meet a priest buddy of mine who was once blind but now can see. And once we begin to see, lead other people to Christ. Be like the blind man who shows people the Savior. Remember, folks, it's more than a sermon. It's more than a thought. This is the reality of Jesus Christ. God bless you.